Good morning and welcome to a new edition of A Coffee With. Today I'm actually very pleased to have with me Dietmar Baro, Vice President Solutions and Technology at Danfoss, a company recognized globally for advancing energy efficiency and accelerating the green transition across critical infrastructure. Our conversation this morning focuses on a sector that is both essential and energy intensive, healthcare, and in particular on hospitals. These facilities operate around the clock, rely on complex energy systems, and face growing expectations to reduce emissions while at the same time safeguarding reliability. Both Denmark and Germany have elevated hospital decarbonisation to a strategic priority, creating strong momentum for electrification, sector coupling, and data-driven optimization. And Danfoss has been closely involved in turning these ambitions into real-world impact through projects that both demonstrate measurable reduction in energy use as well as emissions and operating costs. And under Dietmar's leadership, Danfoss is driving integrated solutions that combine technologies like high-efficiency heat pumps, hydronic optimization, digital controls, and waste-to-heat recovery with district heating and smart energy systems. A standout example known to many of you is the Sønderborg Hospital project, where new heat pumps and an upgraded hydronic system significantly reduce energy demand and even enable the hospital to supply heat back to the local grid. Good morning, Dietmar. It's a great pleasure having you with us today. Let's just start with the actual challenge and its scale in Denmark, Germany, and globally. When you look at hospitals as part of national climate strategies, what is the real scale and the nature of the decarbonization challenge we're actually talking about?
At first, thanks, Andreas, for the invitation also. What is the challenge? At the end, when you're looking to the hospitals today in Germany and also in Denmark, you have roughly 5 to 6% contributor to the emissions, so CO2 at the end. In Europe, we have most of them range between 1.9% to 9.8%, so on average, most of them 4.7%. And when you're looking especially to the health area categories, then you have the large contributor as a hospital. Okay. And this is also why we was looking to the kind of area also how we can make it more efficient, how we can save energy, how we can decarbonize kind of things, and which are the possibilities and what are the building blocks there. And the main driver here is Scope 3. It is most of the upstream of the supply chain. And what means as supply chain? It means produce goods, the medical equipment, the construction, and the services, roughly 50 to 75%. And then you have the Scope 2. This most time also energy management, also energy demand, how you get the efficiency also. And there we must take a closer look to the kind of things. And then you have the smaller one, depends on the building area or time of the building area of the hospitals, where you have then the Scope 1, what is the smaller impact.
So the healthcare sector, hospitals, it's not a niche topic when we're talking about CO2 footprint and decarbonization, but it actually plays a major role, even if in public debate, it's not so obvious and not so often mentioned.
No, it is when you're looking to Denmark, it is very often mentioned. So there you see also that they have a clear target also. What is it, 50% reduction cuts of emission by 2035?
In hospitals.
In hospitals. So there's a clear goal. And in Germany, we try to find our way because it's also highly fragmented. We have different kind of countries. Everybody have their own thing, so it's more decentralized, you can say. It makes it a little bit more slowed down also in Germany.
Yeah, thanks for already mentioning that. That would have been my next question. What is the difference in Denmark and Germany in terms of the readiness, the targets, and the mechanisms that are shaping the decarbonization of the hospital system?
Yeah, at the end you have, and what you find in Denmark, you have a centralized system. So that means there you have roughly 40 public hospitals. When you compare to Germany, you have roughly 520, 530 public hospitals. And this clear driven by regulation and also by funding. And when you're looking in Germany, there we are a little bit catched in our own bureaucracy. because we slow down things. We have different kind of countries, we have different kind of programs, we have different kind of regulation. We are not clear how we want to deal with it. And on the other side, we are looking more to the infrastructure. And when you compare it with Denmark, there we're looking more how we can short-term be innovative, how we make energy efficiency. And then in Germany, we have the big advantage of massive funds. So that means we have the power to do something also in the kind of area. But due to the bureaucracy, we are slowed down many times.
Okay, interesting. And I would argue or guess that decarbonisation for hospitals, energy efficiency is one amongst other competing priorities, budgets, staffing, operational issues. So how do you see hospitals actually being able to focus on decarbonization as well?
It is important that you integrate this kind of decarbonization approach also into a kind of overall strategy, what you want to achieve as a company, and not a kind of parallel path or a different kind of priority. And it is better to go away from only talking about what is not possible, to go more to the kind of area what brings it us. So you can put it in different kind of pockets. You can play with short term, you can play with mid-term, you can play with long-term strategies. And then you can see also what could be the benefit in the short term. It's not only everything that you invest money, you get also something out when you do it in the correct way and integrate the building blocks correctly.
And this is where you, as Danfoss, come in as a solution provider to actually drive concrete decarbonization projects.
Yes.
Could you explain to us a bit about what is your approach, what is the core technology behind it? So how does it actually work when you turn around hospitals to decarbonize their processes, to be more energy efficient? What can we understand by that?
So important is that we most of them try to come in the early stage. So that we most of them at first make a kind of energy audit, we call it, where we make a kind of assessment to understand how's the infrastructure, how's the integration today, how looks the energy management system, which kind of building blocks they're today using. And with this kind of energy audit, we try to identify together with the customer what they really want to achieve. Is it efficiency? Is it when is the return of investment? The most hospitals talk about below 3 years. Then that's interesting for them. Otherwise, the investment is too high in the future. And then we're looking inside what is the short-term building blocks, what we can change. For example, replace gas boilers and oil boilers to electrify new heat pumps, for example. Can we connect and couple the hospitals to district heating to transfer also the heat to a local provider? And can we utilize also, as you mentioned it, Andreas, about waste heat? Can we collect waste heat, close the loop, and integrate it into a heat pump system where you can boost it then?
And what are the most kind of like the low-hanging fruits for hospitals? You even mentioned like hospitals tend to consider only 3-year return on investment.
Yes.
So we are talking about short-term efficiency projects. So what is the low-hanging fruits? What kind of topics? You mentioned exchange the boilers and so forth. What are the easy-to-win approaches for hospitals?
The easy win to approach most of them is to bring it to electrification of heat pumps. It's also really to replace gas and oil boilers very quick. When you have the infrastructure, most of them were given also in Denmark, then you can also connect it very quick also to a kind of district, local energy provider, so that you also transfer heat forward and backward, what you generate by yourself.
Yeah.
You can integrate a kind of closed loop of waste heat. So at the end, when you have a kind of, when you scan your bone, for example, then you with an MRT scan, then you can collect the heat, bring it back to the heat pump system and boost it. So that means you increase the efficiency of the heat pump. And this automatically goes then over to energy savings and also cost savings. So these are most of the quick building blocks, and then depends on how the data situation is in the hospitals. You can also utilize the power of a monitoring system, digital, to get more mature about what you can change and how you can change it.
So it's really a systematic approach with different steps and building blocks.
Yeah.
amongst different topics around the hospitals. And I already mentioned in my introduction, the Lighthouse project, often referred to also from a German perspective, looking to Sonneborg, to the Sonneborg Hospital. Could you help us understand better of what was the transformation process of the Sonneborg Hospital and where do they stand today?
Yeah. So we had, as I mentioned also before, we have started with energy audit to understand really where they are today, what is the status quo, and then we have to take a look also what we could do as a short-term win. Not so much about mid-term win, more about short-term, and when we talk about short-term, everything what is below 1 year. And there we have identify one topic was about to replace the gas and oil boilers. Then we have integrated a kind of sector coupling. So at the end to collect the heat. That means instead of wasting the heat, we optimize the system that you most time 90% of the heat can bring back to a heat pump system. What I also mentioned before, a kind of MRT scan where you collect heat and then we bring it to a kind of heat pump system and then we have boosted to 6.3 COP in summer and in winter time roughly 3.6 COP. And means roughly energy savings of this kind of small hospital, there you're talking about 500,000 euros every year. When you have a large hospital, then you're very quick, get close to 1 million euros. And then the other building block, what we was looking for was water optimization. So that means the hydronic system also, how we can transfer the heat. This we have also completely optimized, and then with our customer and partners together, we have also optimized the heat pump to get more efficiency out. Results is we savings roughly 12,500 megawatt hours per year. That means calculated roughly 500,000 euros every year on savings. And it is a standalone hospital for 9 months where you need not external providers today. It means only in the winter time. Now when you're looking outside, snow and frozen, then you need an external provider to deliver heat, also to warm up the rooms and kind of things. But this was the bit idea. You have a standalone. You're not so much dependent anymore on providers, and you save at the end the money. This is the idea behind.
So we are also talking about increasing the resilience of hospitals, and not only about green transformation and cost reduction, but really also about independence in a way, and less attraction to outside challenges like electricity shortages or system failures and so forth.
Yes, correct. And when you then think a little bit ahead, you could also, when you have connected and coupled it to a district energy area, you could also, one point of time when you generate too much heat, you could also give it back to the local district heating area and then transfer to an industry, to private rooms, whatever. This is the bit idea behind.
But that's basically, I would argue, easier in Denmark compared to Germany because of district heat systems being more built out in Denmark compared to Germany.
Completely agree. Yeah, this is the infrastructure is not there in Germany. And this is also why we have started in Denmark to generate and create the kind of platform to showcase with Sonneborg also what is possible. So there we invite and also people in our campus tours so that the people can go through the kind of things and we can also explain it. And it's not only a PowerPoint where you see, okay, this is possible and this we believe is really something what is visible, and also people are welcome to join and visit this.
And if then, for instance, a hospital from Germany has been visiting Sonneborg and is approaching you to say, look, that sounds interesting. You already mentioned the first step would be an energy audit to understand what is actually the situation on the ground in the hospital. But what would be the project outline? Are we talking about 5 to 10 years project? What would be the project outline look like, the steps that need to be taken? And what is the difference then in Germany, for instance, compared to a hospital in Denmark like Sonneborg?
So at the end, the approach is we want to understand the customer. And what is really important for the customer is it a short investment, about the return of investment, about 3 years. And you must also integrate the first solutions in 1 year. And then we must make a mid and long-term plan together with the customer. looking also inside the kind of roadmap also, what is the short, midterm and long-term goals, what capacity you need. So when you talk about renovation of a building, there we are not the best partner, there we then can propose something, or the hospital's owner take their own partner. So at the end, what you see today in the world is you need different kind of partners to really be successful and accelerate something, because everybody has his own competencies, capabilities, and therefore it is important that you build up a kind of ecosystem.
So as Danfoss, obviously you're working together with small and medium-sized companies, both Danish and Germans, to provide solutions out of one hand, so to say, together with your partners.
Yes. And then when you then compare Denmark and Germany, Germany is most of due to the funding situation, to the bureaucracy and the kind of things, it's a little bit slow. And this is most of why we take also Denmark as a first step, because there the funds and the kind of way of working is more risk-taking and let's try it out. So that means you get a different kind of feeling. You can build up something. Clear, you must have backup system that the hospital is not disrupted. But at the end, the regulation, the funds are working more for efficiency and to act fast. And in Germany, before we have rolled out something, before the transformation starts, there's most time 2 or 3 year debate before you're doing something in this kind of area.
And then in Germany, we have a very heterogeneous hospital system, I would assume, with different kind of hospitals, different private groups, public hospitals, and so forth. Do you also see a difference in that respect compared to Denmark?
Yes. You have. It is more difficult to make a kind of decision also what they really want, because when you talk big hospitals provider, then we're talking most time 100 hospitals in Germany. And then before everybody want to be involved, everybody want to be aligned. What is the best way forward? And then you slow it down. There's a little bit there. Denmark, there you get better and quicker decision also what they really want to do. Understand also the value proposition, and then you can also work on the kind of progress.
But would you then say that also the Danish example and how Denmark is running these projects is kind of an inspiration to German hospitals to see and understand what is achievable and how best can they go about it?
Yes, but at the end, Germany and Denmark could complement each other very good. Germany is very structured, has many knowledge about electrification, has capabilities, engineering power, funds. Denmark is very good in district energy and other stuff. So when you really work together, then you really could really achieve something, a kind of alliance. What is not, I know it's not so easy due to the different kind of cultures, countries. But when you really find a way to develop one hospital as one platform, what is possible, then you could really achieve something and accelerate also, and especially in Germany and Denmark.
And again, if we speak about Germany, Denmark, if we compare the situations, we spoke about it already, but the challenges you are seeing, challenges for hospitals and for operators of hospitals, to actually embark on this journey of decarbonization, which is a very promising one, because we are speaking about a 3-year return on investment, we are speaking about cutting emissions, we are speaking about resilience, so it's very attractive, I would assume. But nevertheless, there might be challenges, and there might be, as you've mentioned in Germany, hospitals or hospital operators who are not yet fully convinced to actually proceed along these lines. What are the reasons? What are the challenges you are actually seeing?
I believe it's more a mindset also. So very often, because in Germany we want to follow processes, so we have many processes what we need to fulfill also. I believe this is a little bit hindering us to move faster in Germany. When you compare a little bit here, when you have a kind of concept before it goes into all the different kind of areas, regulation, what you need to fulfill, the processes before it's signed off, this is a key challenge. I believe not that this challenge is that you have not the capabilities, that you have not the clever people, that you have not the power to do it. It's more do it and act. We have a little bit in Germany sometimes the area of debating something instead of doing it and acting on different kind of things.
But you have already examples, and together with partners, you've also worked on the transformation of hospitals in Germany.
Yes.
So it's something that is actually doable and also works in the German context.
Yes. When you find the right partners, also from the hospital side, and you convince them that this is the best solution, then it can move very fast. But it's very individual driven also, very often. And there you can really identify what are the levers. You have not so much levers in the infrastructure because it goes very slow, but on replacing the electrical heat pumps, for example, when you talk about waste heat, there is something where you can do something fast now, but you need to invest time, you need to invest effort, you need to convince the people, and then it's also most time a given.
And you already mentioned German-Danish collaboration in this respect. And if we're looking beyond Germany and Denmark, in the beginning we said it's a global topic, obviously, the decarbonization of the health system. I would argue that in Europe, in North America, this is something that we are seeing as well. So what are the areas as a company you're looking in beyond Denmark and Germany with the experiences you've made here, with the examples you followed and you proposed? How is the business landscape looking on an international level for these kind of projects?
So we must have looking in Europe also, one area also. Nordic is clearly ahead of the game. So with Denmark and Sweden and Norway and the kind of area. Germany is a little bit slower, but also picking up now. And then when you go to the south of Europe, there's more potential. They are a little bit reluctant to do something now. It's more kind of where you need to convince and also talk with the people and invest something. When you talk about US, we have started also the first 2 projects also there. It gets more mature. What is not so clear in US is what is not so well known as heat recovery and how you can really recover waste heat. So this is not normal in US due to the infrastructure. But it started now the first time because you can use it as bring the heat to the district energy and bring it back, or you make inside the factory a kind of closed loop. And this is also where we started now the first 2 projects to convince the people. And when this is a showcase and this really working, then it gets momentum inside in US, and then you will see also more is coming. When you go to China, there you see also very interesting areas, but they do it most time alone also. You need people working in China, the culture, dedicated, and then you can do something, but there we are not so in today, especially with hospitals.
So there is actually things you can take one-on-one from the learnings in Germany and Denmark. But there is other topics where you need to adapt to the local circumstances. But it's basically a global trend, and it's basically a business opportunity globally also for partner companies of Danfoss.
Yes. At the end is when you combine the green way of working and also the energy efficiency, what ends and also in a business case, then it gets attractive for everybody. And this also, and we can generate the kind of platform in Europe and then also bring it up to US and scale it up. What is most individual is infrastructure. So how you integrate the kind of renewable energy, how is the grid infrastructure.
What's the legal situation?
Yes, you have the regulation and the legal situation is most time completely different in different kind of areas of the world. And then the finance models is most time also because normal companies are looking also how you can fund it over government, or do you have academia funding. So this is a little bit the kind of difference what you see. Otherwise, the energy management, how you can optimize it is most time from the platform the same, and then you can scale it up.
But all of the projects you're working with and you're looking at, you are not only talking about decarbonization, but we are talking about cost savings. And we are talking about also increased stability of operations and resilience. So it's not only a topic of sustainability alone, but it's a topic where sustainability and actually the business case in terms of cost savings, stability and resilience plays very well together. This is equally important in all the projects and countries you're looking at?
Yes, at the end is most when you're looking to the owner, a private owner of a hospital, what is in for him. Yeah? At the end is he need to guarantee the quality, resilience. He want to earn money. What is also a fair point. And when you combine the business impact, the technology, decarbonisation in the triangle, and looking what is the best solution for them, then you find a way of working forward and what can you really achieve as a team, and also for the customer to bring the value proposition on the table. In the past, everybody was looking how we can make it green, but we forgot also to look inside, okay, how we can make out of the kind of things money. It's not only parallel paths of something. So at the end, you must link it together and you find also a solution there.
Very interesting. Yeah, and for our member companies who might be watching, also interesting to know that you are actually working together with partners. You are looking for partners, technology providers to complement your approaches, because this is a systematic approach that basically needs the expertise of a lot of different companies, technologies, and so forth.
Yes, and we have 30 years plus experience in cooling, heating. You can call it energy management, thermal management, and we are looking more also to make a branding and showcase also. So how we can get more public, how the people understand is can Danfoss deliver, what can Danfoss do together with customers, and the idea is not to develop and produce now a new heat pump. We want to support and integrate our products. This is the idea behind it. And also, it's not a one-way to the customer, but it's also an internal approach to understand what we need to develop, how we can leverage our products to the next level. So how looks well, for example, how looks a heat exchanger of the future. We're learning many things when we're talking with our customer and the customer with us. And this is also why we offer this kind of opportunity.
Yeah, very interesting. And maybe as the last question before we close, we've already mentioned the Sønderborg Lighthouse example, mentioned kind of like how the Nordics and Denmark are inspiring Germany. Germany is now picking up. When we look at hospital operators in Germany, what would be your piece of advice to the German healthcare system to say, look, this is how you can get started. This is why this is important and relevant for you.
Take a closer look from an end-to-end approach also with an external partner with the knowledge and the capabilities, and identify really what is the short-term, impact and how you can build up a kind of momentum. And as soon as you have this kind of things generated, then it's also an easy going. You can also show to the board and to your boss also what is really the impact, what means green in connection with the technology. Then you achieve the CO2 targets, and on the other side, you also can generate business impact. This is really, I believe, what is a big one. Also, find the right partners, make a good energy audit, understand what you want to do from end to end, define a kind of roadmap, and then act on those kind of things and take the responsibility.
And look at examples in Denmark, for instance, and get going.
Yes, clear. Look to the best practices, also what you have, and integrate the most thing what is available also.
Yeah, very interesting. Dietmar, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your ideas and your knowledge with us. This morning, I think our talk and your reflections make very clear that the decarbonization of hospitals is significant on a global scale. Yeah. Denmark is playing a leading role. Germany is massively picking up the topic, and it's not only a topic regarding sustainability. It's a very important element, yes, but we also speak about cost efficiency. We speak about real savings. We speak about actually resilience and operational stability for hospitals.
Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today. And to all of you joining us today, thanks so much for being part of A Coffee With this morning. We look forward welcoming you again soon. And this will be on the 17th of February, when we will be speaking with our award winner, German Company of the Year of last year's German-Danish Business Awards of the German-Danish Chamber of Commerce, with Everlens, formerly known also as MAN Energy Solutions. Looking forward to seeing you then and wishing you a great and productive day further. Thank you so much.